What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. For today's AppSheet tutorial is actually coming from a question from Daniel Silva, and the comment is very detailed, and I'll just summarize for you. Basically, what Daniel is doing is a libraries inventory app using AppSheet, and basically when the box is full by filling up the books, uh, it will then close the box, and it's not possible for anyone to include or exclude the books anymore except by the users with admin profiles. So what he wanted to do is to create an action that closes the book, but I may have a slightly different and more automated approach. And let's give this a try and see whether it works, Danielle, and for the rest of you as well. And with that being said, without further ado, let's check it out. All right, guys, so to start off the tutorial, I have three tables for today, which is the boxes table. So for boxes table, I have the box ID, the box number, and the capacity. So this is the table where I will sort of store all the boxes information. Then I have the books inventory. I have the book ID, the title, the author, and the box ID. This column, box ID, will then be a reference to the boxes table. And last but not least, I have the unique ID column. The users table, where I have the unique ID table column, name, email, and role. All right, so with that, let's carry on with the app itself. So in AppSheet, the first table, just make sure you have all the tables added in the app, which is the books inventory, the boxes, and users. And the first table that I want to highlight is the boxes table. So for box ID, I am actually using a concatenate feature where it will sort of generate an ID using the sequential number from the box number column. Okay. So for box number, I am using the max sequential expression, where it will sort of identify the box number in the boxes table, and it will always add 1 every time when we add a new box. To demonstrate that is whenever I add a new box, say I have 3 at the moment, and if I want to add a new one, it will generate a new sequential number, which is 4. Hence, the box ID will then be box number 4. Then we have the capacity, which is number. Then I am using a few virtual columns in this case. The first one, which is the current count, where we want to sort of count the number of books that is currently being stored in the particular or the box itself, where it will count the number of books in the books inventory that is using the same box ID as a reference. Then we have another virtual column, which is to identify whether the box is currently full or available. So in this case, I'm using the current count, which is the first virtual column earlier, and make a comparison to make sure it doesn't exceed or equals to the capacity. If it is, then it will be full. If not, it will not be full. Okay, then we are moving to the books inventory table, where I have the book ID as the key. Then we have the title, the author, and the box ID. So in box ID itself is the reference back to boxes. And I'm using some data validity. So the valid if that I'm using here is to basically ensure that we are able to select a list of boxes from boxes table that is not currently full. Hence you can see the is full is not equals to yes. And at the same time, if I'm an admin, I'll be able to make some changes despite the box being full. If, say, the box is full and I'm not an admin, then an error message will appear, which states that the box is full. For any changes, please contact the admin. All right, so for users table, the usual, we have the name, the email, and the role. I am not too sure on the roles that I have for this case, so I'll just put here admin, librarian, and bookkeeper. I'm not too familiar with the library schematics when it comes to roles, but I guess you get the idea. Now let's give this a try. Now let's say I have a few books in my inventory and I want to store the books in box number 1. You can see the capacity is 2. So the maximum number of books I can store in box number 1 is 2. So let's start to add books. Let's say the first book is to be stored in box number 1. When I do so, if you go back to boxes, you can see the current count is 1 because we are using the box number 1 to store the first book. And second would be science fiction, I guess. I don't know. And we'll store in box number 1. I added a conditional if icon under format rules where it will use a different icon when the box is full and when the box is not full. As you can see, when it's full, it will show a closed box with a gray color icon. So with that, we can actually add, let's say we want to add a new book. We will no longer see box number 1 in the selection because box number 1 is currently full. And if, say, I want to make some changes in any books that is stored in box number 1, it will mention that the box is full. Please contact admin for any changes. However, if I'm an admin myself, let's just upgrade myself to an admin. Going back to inventory. So in box number 1, for any book stored in box number 1, I can easily make those changes and I can even move to a different box if needed. So again, this ensures that the integrity of the inventory is secured. Basically, any changes for boxes that are full can only be made by admin themselves. So I guess that covers the overall requirement, and I hope this helps. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and drop a comment if you find this video useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, so that you'll find more contents like this in the future. I'm Aris Azahar. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.